Travel has always been about connection, about experiencing the heart and soul of a place through its people, its culture, and its landscapes. For decades, the United States has been a dream destination for millions around the globe, a vibrant mosaic of bustling cities, quiet towns, and breathtaking natural wonders. Yet as we find ourselves in the middle of 2025, a troubling silence is falling over many of our most beloved destinations. A significant and sudden drop in international visitors is creating an economic crisis that is touching every corner of our nation. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the livelihoods and the spirit of communities that depend on sharing their home with the world, a connection that now feels strained and distant. The statistics for 2025 paint a stark and concerning picture of this decline. The United States is projected to lose an astonishing $12.5 billion in foreign travel spending this year alone, a significant drop that is pushing our total tourism revenue further away from its pre-pandemic highs. In fact, we are on track to be the only major economy in the world to see a decrease in tourism revenue this year. We are seeing fewer friends from our closest neighbours and allies. Air travel from Canada, our largest market, has fallen by 20%, while land crossings are down a staggering 35%. Visitors from Germany have decreased by over 28%, and those from the United Kingdom are down by nearly 15%, signalling a widespread and deeply worrying trend. This downturn has a ripple effect that extends far beyond airport terminals and hotel lobbies. International tourism is a powerful economic engine, contributing over $2.6 trillion to our economy and supporting more than 20 million American jobs in 2024. Every dollar a foreign visitor spends here, on a hotel room, a meal at a local diner, a souvenir from a small shop, or a ticket to a Broadway show, is considered an export, helping to balance our nation's trade deficit. The current decline threatens to widen that gap, putting financial pressure not just on large corporations, but on the small business owners and workers who are the true ambassadors of American hospitality and culture. The heart of the issue is that this decline feels self-inflicted, a stark contrast to a world that is more eager to travel than ever before. While other countries are rolling out the welcome mat, we seem to be making it harder for people to visit. The World Travel and Tourism Council has noted that a full recovery for the US tourism sector may not happen until 2030, a long and painful road for an industry that thrives on openness and welcome. This isn't just an economic problem, it's a challenge to our identity as a welcoming nation. We must ask ourselves why the world is choosing to go elsewhere and what we can do to invite them back to experience the incredible diversity and warmth our country has to offer. So why are so many would-be visitors choosing other destinations? The reasons are complex, but they largely boil down to a series of significant barriers and a growing perception that the United States has become less welcoming. One of the most immediate and frustrating hurdles is the process of simply getting a visa. In some countries, the wait time for a visa appointment has stretched to over a year, making any spontaneous or even well-planned trip impossible. For students, business travelers and families hoping to reunite, these delays are more than an inconvenience. They are a roadblock that forces them to change their plans, take their business, and spend their money in countries with more efficient and traveller-friendly systems. Beyond the bureaucratic delays, there is a rising concern among international travellers about the political climate and a feeling of being unwelcome. Recent policies, including new travel bans and enhanced screenings, have created an atmosphere of uncertainty and anxiety. Travellers from allied nations in Europe have shared stories of being subjected to intense questioning or being turned away at the border for minor clerical errors on their visa applications. Furthermore, advisories from countries like Germany, Canada, and the United Kingdom now warn their citizens about potential entry challenges and safety issues, including specific concerns for LGBTQ+ travellers. This official guidance sends a powerful message that a trip to the US comes with risks that don't exist elsewhere. This negative perception is amplified by a global news cycle that often highlights social and political tensions within the United States. Stories about rollbacks of civil liberties or debates over contentious America, First policies travel fast and wide, shaping how people around the world view our country. When potential tourists see a nation that appears divided and unwelcoming to outsiders, they are understandably hesitant to spend their hard-earned money and precious vacation time here. Instead of seeing America as the land of opportunity and open arms, they are beginning to see it as a place of unpredictability and potential hostility, which is a heartbreaking shift in perception for those of us who know the true spirit of American communities. Ultimately, travel is a choice, and today's travelers have more options than ever. While the US has made entry more difficult, our competitors are doing the exact opposite. Countries like Spain, Japan, and Australia are actively streamlining their visa processes and launching global marketing campaigns centered on messages of welcome and ease of travel. China has even offered visa-free entry to citizens of over 50 countries, a move that has dramatically boosted its tourism numbers. In this competitive global market, perception is reality. If the world perceives the US as a difficult and unwelcoming place to visit, travelers will simply and logically choose to go somewhere else. The consequences of this tourism decline are not an abstract economic theory. They are a painful reality for American businesses and workers from coast to coast. In our biggest cities, the absence of international visitors is leaving a noticeable void. New York City, a global icon of travel, has been forced to slash its 2025 international visitor forecast by 2 million people. This translates into a staggering $4 billion loss in expected spending, money that would have supported everything from hotel housekeepers and restaurant servers to taxi drivers and Broadway actors. This isn't just a setback for the city's budget, it's a direct blow to the thousands of families whose livelihoods depend on a thriving tourism economy. This economic pain is felt just as acutely, if not more so, in our smaller towns and communities that are gateways to our national parks and cultural landmarks. Consider a town like Flagstaff, Arizona, a popular stop for international tourists exploring the Grand Canyon. The city has reported a 15% drop in foreign visitors this year, a significant hit for its local hotels, souvenir shops and tour guides. In Sault Ste Marie, Michigan, a border town that relies heavily on Canadian visitors, hotel bookings have plummeted by an alarming 70%. For these smaller communities, international tourism isn't just a part of the economy, it is the economy. When those visitors disappear, the impact is immediate and devastating. The ripple effects extend across entire industries. Major international airlines, including Air France and British Airways, are cutting the number of flights to US cities because the demand simply isn't there. In response, American carriers like Delta and American Airlines have had to lower their financial forecasts for the year. The business travel sector is also suffering. A recent survey revealed that nearly a third of corporate travel managers are planning to reduce spending in the US specifically because of government policies, signaling that the problem extends beyond leisure travel and into the world of international commerce, conferences, and investment. What this all means is that the jobs of millions of Americans are at risk. The people who work in hospitality, the hotel clerks, the concierges, the tour bus drivers, the chefs, and the countless others who work so hard to create wonderful experiences for visitors are on the front lines of this crisis. These are often the jobs that cannot be outsourced or automated. They rely on human connection and a steady stream of travelers. When that stream slows to a trickle, it leads to reduced hours, layoffs, and businesses closing their doors for good. Every cancelled trip is a lost opportunity for an American worker to earn a living and share a piece of their home. While the current situation is deeply concerning, it is not irreversible. The United States has an incredible opportunity to turn this trend around, but it will require a thoughtful and concerted effort to rebuild the bridges of trust and welcome with the global community. The first and most critical step is to address the bureaucratic barriers that are keeping people away. We must work to streamline the visa process and dramatically reduce the excessive wait times. This could involve hiring more consular staff, modernizing technology, and implementing policies that make it easier, not harder, for legitimate travelers, students and business people to get the approvals they need in a timely and predictable manner. At the same time, we must launch a new era of public diplomacy and marketing that is backed by genuine policy changes. It's not enough to run advertisements that say America is open for business if the experience at our borders says otherwise. We need to ensure that every visitor is treated with dignity and respect from the moment they arrive. This means investing in training for border officials and creating a welcoming atmosphere in our airports. National campaigns, like the efforts of Brand USA, need to be fully funded and empowered to share authentic stories of our country's diversity, creativity and hospitality, countering the negative narratives with a powerful message of inclusion. Looking ahead, we have some fantastic opportunities on the horizon to showcase the best of America to the world. Events like the 2026 FIFA World Cup and the nation's 250th anniversary celebrations are perfect platforms for reinvigorating our image on the global stage. These events will naturally draw international attention and visitors, but we must use them as a catalyst for lasting change. By pairing these milestones with friendlier travel policies and a nationwide campaign of welcome, we can create a powerful and positive new chapter for American tourism, reminding the world of the incredible experiences that await them here. Ultimately, bringing travelers back is about more than just economics. It's about reaffirming our place in the world as a nation that values connection, curiosity, and cultural exchange. Tourism fosters understanding and breaks down prejudices. When we welcome visitors into our communities, we not only strengthen our economy, but also enrich our own lives. It is a vital part of our national identity. By making smart policy choices, investing in a message of welcome, and empowering our communities to share their stories, we can reopen the door to the world and ensure that the United States remains a dream destination for generations to come.